Hey everybody, Uncle Rich here for Who's Telling the Truth. Guys, today is, it's 10/19/17. This is show 190, and the name of the show is White Terrorist. I know, you're going to say, Rich, you want to talk about gun violence, right? No, I want to talk about the guy in Vegas that was white and he was a terrorist. That's what I want to talk about. I want to start to talk about reality, guys. Reality and Uncle Joey. I love Uncle Joey, guys. But I was talking to a couple of friends of mine. I was talking to my buddy the clown, Janina. And Janina just did a dynamite show, a Halloween show. And her buddy Lawrence, and they clean houses and stuff. Really, they do it. Hey, if you guys need a house clean, call Janina. But anyway, I'm talking to them about politics, and I said the name of the show was going to be White Terrorist. And Lawrence said, Rich, you're going to piss people off. He said, you're going to start a lot of trouble. And I said, Lawrence, that's the idea. I want people to start to hear the truth. I want them to start to hear what's going on. And it's funny. Before the show, Judy said, well, Rich, you should call it Christian white terrorists. I said, Judy, we don't want to push the religion button. But guys, on this show, the one thing I've always said, religion is the root of all evil. It's that simple. I mean, really. And what happens is the Republican Party and people like Trump, they start blowing this Republican dog whistle. Judy?
Radical Islamic terrorists. Radical Islamic terrorists. Radical Islamic terrorists. And she won't even mention the word, and nor will President Obama. He won't use the term radical Islamic terrorism. Now, to solve a problem, you have to be able to state what the problem is, or at least say the name. She won't say the name, and President Obama won't say the name, but the name is there. It's radical Islamic terror. And before you solve it, you have to say.
So before you solve it, you have to say it. It's almost like that movie. What was the name of that movie with Michael Keaton? Where he had to say it 3 times. Kurt, what was the name of the movie? Was it called Beetlejuice? So Judy, and they had to say Beetlejuice 3 times, right? So Judy, just play the very beginning of this clip. And let's hear Trump say it 3 times, please. Clip number 1 again.
Radical Islamic terrorists. Radical Islamic terrorists. Radical Islamic terrorists.
That's it, 3 times. So now guys, you saw what Trump said, right? He said, in order to solve a problem, you have to state what the problem is. And guys, there's no better way to state what the problem is than to have Bill Maher do it. So Judy, clip number 2, please.
First of all, I'm so sick of all the reactions. I'm so sick of thoughts and prayers. First of all,
thoughts and concerns,
thoughts
guys.
are the opposite of prayers.
That's true.
A thought is, what should I do? A prayer is wishing on a star. Thoughts and prayers are the Republican way of saying tough shit.
Guys, if that ain't the truth, thoughts and prayers are the Republican way of saying tough shit. And I hate to be so abrupt and so rude, but it's time to start being honest with each other. And guys, why are the Republicans like this? Why do they do what they do? It's very simple. They do it for one reason. It's for the money. And guys, when you see what these guys have taken, and notice the source, we identify our source where the money came from, and you're going to see how much money Trump was given during the election. So, Judy, like we like to do on this show, let's prove our point with clip number 3, please. Loud, Congress has the power to pass significant gun control, but the NRA keeps giving cash to stop that from happening. Here are some of their largest recipients in the 2016 election. Rubio, $3.2 million. What does he say? I'm praying for all the victims and their families. Richard Burr, $6.3 million. I will be praying for those lost and their families. Roy Blunt, $3 million. Saddened by the tragic loss of life in Vegas. My thoughts are with the families. And they all voted to overturn a bill that made it harder. You believe these guys? Can you believe the Republican Party? And then Donnie got $30 million. And what is it? My warmest condolences and sympathies. So between 2007 and 17, the NRA grew by 76%. And you wonder why these guys can't make an intelligent decision. I mean, this is sad. And this just keeps happening over and over again. And it just never seems to end, guys. And you know, we always talk about when is the right time to talk about gun violence? When is the right time to talk about assault rifles? When is the right time? Well, now is the right time. But we're going to show you how the Republican Party delays. Every time there's a shooting, you hear the same thing over and over. Aren't you getting sick of it? Isn't it time that we made something happen? So, Judy, let's prove our point with clip number 4. When is the time? When is the right time for Republicans to talk about guns? Never.
Talking about gun laws as time goes by.
Little volume,
This
Kurt.
particular massacre made the president think anything more about pursuing tighter gun laws.
There's a time and place for a political debate, but now is the time to unite as a country.
Stop, please. Please stop.
We're dealing with a tragedy right now. Our prayers go out to everybody impacted. There will be plenty of time to think about how do we make, continue to improve our society.
Right now, the important thing is to show them all the love and prayer and support. I'm more than happy to talk about this in a few days. Right now is not the time.
At a time when we haven't even had the opportunity to mourn for those who lost their lives, to mourn for the family members who are grieving, the thing we shouldn't be doing is talking politics and talking about gun control laws.
You know what? The president wants to talk about gun control while America's bleeding.
This is probably not the time to be politicizing the gun laws or other types of legislation that relates to the tragedy in Colorado, but instead it's a time of mourning.
Mass shooting every week. Mass shooting every other day.
There is nothing wrong with sending every
There he is, Chris
thought
Murphy,
and
our
prayer,
senator
every
from
bit of your
Connecticut.
heart to Las Vegas, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
Hey, we got our act together in Connecticut, and it ain't enough. It's time we start to do something. But you know what, guys? A lot of times, to get somebody to do something, the best way to get them to do it is with a little comedy, a little humor. Like going back to the days with Archie Bunker. When people actually laughed at how ridiculous they were. And as time went on, we started to change our ways. Yeah, the whole country, the culture started to change because we laughed at ourselves. Well, SNL did a beautiful job on guns and turning in your guns. And they suggested that for each gun you turn in, you get a penis extension. Hey guys, this can solve a lot of problems. But Judy, let's have some fun with clip number 5, please.